Hi, everybody, and welcome to the first of what I hope to be mini episodes of my series Stand Before You Crawl. I'm Justin Schaefer. I didn't really prepare anything for reading this week or anything like that, and I don't imagine that I ever will. This is more or less a video diary of sorts. Um, basically, I am trying to chronicle what I hope to be my foray into stand-up comedy. So, um, also I just realized that my hair looks like a kind of like a toupee in this, at least on the LCD screen on my camcorder. So I don't know what's going on with that. Um, but anyway, yeah, this is called Crawl Before You Stand. I'm Justin Schaefer, as I already said. Um, the reason that I'm doing this is because when I started trying to do stand-up back in October of 2009, which is only a couple months ago, but if you watch this in the future, then it would seem odd if things progress at all beyond me just doing open mics and stuff. Sorry, my dog's bothering me right now. Which he may say hello because he likes to jump on me a lot. Anyway, when I first started doing this in October, one of my friends approached me, or had called me, approached me with the idea that he didn't understand how to do stand-up comedy. He didn't understand how I was able to do it, even though he's a musician and he plays songs that he gives his personal opinions and um, emotions all the time and in front of people and everything. Um, so he came to me saying that it seemed like it would be a really frightening experience, and he's right. It is a very frightening experience to get in front of people and talk like that, and try and tell jokes and just be up there, and if they don't laugh, just kind of standing there awkwardly. I would equate it to every time that, and I don't know, this happens to me fairly often, but every time that you go to, say, a party or a social gathering or something like that, and you say something extremely awkward to an entire crowd of your friends, and they don't laugh because, you know, they know you, but you don't feel uncomfortable because, you know them. But this is like going to a party where nobody knows you, nobody wants to know you, and not making them laugh is actually sort of an insult in a way, I guess. Or at least that's been my experience. Though, I mean, everybody laughs at me because I'm so funny. That's not true at all. I am funny, but I don't know that everybody would ever laugh at any of my jokes necessarily. I think that everybody has a particular idea of what they think is funny, and they sort of go from that. And if they think you're funny, then it's great. And those nights when you feel like you've connected with an audience are extremely exhilarating and extremely fun. Um, but the nights when you don't connect with anybody, or you only connect with like a couple people, and those couple people happen to be people that you know, and you start feeling like perhaps they're only laughing at you for pity's sake, instead of for the real reason, which is that you're actually being funny and you want them to laugh at you because of that, or at least laugh with you, I suppose. This is the old adage of they aren't laughing with you, they're laughing at you. Um, but truthfully, I'll take any laugh that I can get, honestly. So, um, he came to me with the idea that because he didn't understand how you could do that, because he wouldn't be able to do it, um, that I should make a documentary series about it. And being that I consider myself an amateur documentarian, having gone on the road to do a documentary project and having more plans to do them in the future, I told him that that sounded like a good idea. That he was saying that I should chronicle the process of writing jokes, or how I prepare for um, the open mics that I do, which I'm only doing open mics right now. So I'm not trying to act like I'm like better than that, or I'm like performing at you know large venues or anything like that, because I'm definitely very, very, very far from anything even resembling that. Um, but he had asked me, how do you write a joke? How do you uh, do certain things like that? Prepare for it. How do you handle the nerves that go along with it? Um, what is it that made me want to do it in the first place? Things like that. And those are themes that I plan to explore as time goes on. And, other things. I also want to film some skits and put them up on my YouTube channel. I'm also going to put some clips from when I do perform. Even though as amateurish as it might be, I don't know, you might find it entertaining. My ultimate goal with this is nothing beyond chronicling my own journey through this, and hopefully by doing that, coming to a better understanding of what makes something funny and how I can improve on my own act, and how I could improve on basically the overall experience of being on stage or being in front of people and being more comfortable with it and everything. So, because I feel like the more you're confronted with how you are, good or bad, no matter what happens as far as the performance goes, no matter what, basically scabs and all, what you see is what you get, no matter what. And even if it's a bad set, if it's a good set, I'm still going to have it filmed and I'm still going to put it up, and I'm not going to turn off the comments, and I'm not going to do any of that stuff, because I think that any type of criticism is important. I mean, obviously there's a certain level that it gets to where it's not important anymore, where people attack you personally without knowing you. But trolling doesn't bother me. I'm a veteran of many an internet flame war, so, feel free to go ahead and call me fat, call me ugly, say I'm stupid, blah, blah, blah. You can do that. Or if you have advice, if you're also into this, or stand-up comedy, or anything in particular, I don't mind hearing criticism. I don't mind unsolicited advice. It really doesn't matter to me, as long as your unsolicited advice isn't give it up or don't quit your day job or something stupid like that, because that's not helpful in any way, and I'm not going to give up regardless. So anyway, to begin, I guess this week, is more or less an introduction. So to start by answering one question is, how do you write a joke? Personally, I don't know. I have absolutely no clue how to write a joke. I know how to make things sound funny. I know how to talk to people and say things off the cuff, and try to be witty and stuff like that in conversation. But overall, I've never really been able to successfully, I don't think, write a joke like two guys walk into a bar, whatever. I don't know, the other one ducked. I don't remember how the joke goes. Or is it three guys walked in the bar, or two guys walked in the bar and the third one ducked? That's what it is. That was useless bit of information for everybody. But I don't understand those types of jokes. I do understand how to tell a story, and those stories that I do tell tend to get a little long-winded, so I tend to write those down and then try and distill them down to smaller versions of themselves, and make that into a kind of bit or something like that. Something I saw, and hopefully I can keep it short, because at open mics and things like that, you don't have a lot of time. You have usually 3-5 minutes, and that's being generous in a lot of areas of the country. But in Cincinnati, where I do mine, you usually have between 3 and 5 minutes. Sometimes, if there's not very many people there, I've been given 7 minutes, which is a lot of time to fill. When you go up there to talk about something and you realize that you're nervous and you sped through it, and you end up, up there for maybe 3-4 minutes, and then you're just kind of like, okay, well, I'm done, because you didn't really close it out. You just kind of went through it. But that only happens the first couple of times that you do it, because you start realizing after the first, second, third, the easier it gets, the faster you can think on your feet, and the better you're going to be, no matter what kind of comedian you are. I myself fancy myself as more of a storyteller type person. I don't really do one-liners and stuff like that, because I feel like, for me, my personality and the way that I am, when I talk to people, I'm better at doing that witty kind of one-liner sort of thing. Whereas when